Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Annie, and today I'm going to do another DIY with Yins. I am actually going to be DIYing these big old Easter eggs right here from, you got it, the Dollar Tree. So we're going to make a Easter egg topiary. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. So I put one together yesterday just to see how easy it would be. And they're really easy actually. We're gonna make these cute little topiaries. So all you're gonna need is 3 of the jumbo Easter eggs, and you can get those for $5 at the dollar store. These are big lots. They did come in a pack of 3, and I picked these up whenever they were closing. It was probably around $4 or something like that. So I had to get one knowing that I was gonna do these topiaries. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller size and I'm going to go ahead and set her in there. You're going to need a drill. You will need to pick up one of these dowel rods. I picked up the red end, which is 5/8, and this is a 3-foot piece of wood, and it's going to go right in the center there. And then you have your beginning stick there. I also took like bricks and rocks from outside the house, and so I have an extra one right here. And just to keep it balanced from the wind and stuff, I also put rocks in this blue one to keep it standing straight up. So, okay, again, so you're gonna need 3 Easter eggs, hot glue, a drill. I've seen people do them before with hot glue ends, like the hot glue gun end. I'm just going to do it really quick if you're going to use it. My son was painting. If you're going to use a drill and use the same dowel rod that I have, it's 5/8. So you will need a 5/8 bit. I used some Gorilla Glue to hold it together. You're gonna need a permanent marker to mark out where you're gonna cut through at. Pots, a stick. Okay, I think I covered everything. And then optional if you want to add flowers and stuff to your topiary. I don't have any moss for at the bottom, so I'm going to use this wire garland that came from the Dollar Tree at Christmas time. And then I could not find my white butterflies that I had in my craft stash, but I did find brown ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to use those. I tried to like spray paint them and just did not work. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 exact same out there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the blue one here. I'm going to just take my marker and put an X anywhere where I think it might hit at. Go to the opposite side. So if I'm doing one here, I'd probably want to come out about up here-ish. So then you see my X right here and an X down there. Okay, and I'm going to set this one here aside, and our next color was purple. I have to be careful with this. I went and pulled it off my shelf yesterday because I've had these sitting in the garage for a while, and when I pulled them down, they cracked. So I'm gonna have to be careful. I don't want to go anywhere near where that is, so I'm going to take my stick. I know I want to come out at the top on this side. Just try to mark where I want towards the bottom. Okay, so see that X right there? And I'm gonna come over here and mark near the top an X. So that one's going to sit this way. I'm gonna put that one aside. And then for the top, you only need to do 1 because you're literally gonna have like this much sticking out, which is why I'm using the Gorilla Glue. So I'm going to put my eggs down here somewhere at the bottom. So you have it like that. A hole. I'm just going to try to stay in the center of that. Okay. And then the same for our top hole. Scratch that off. Get any other remaining plastic off of there. Okay, now here is where I'm going to open the Easter egg and put rock in the bottom. Okay, so we put our dowel rod in here. Now to keep it standing up, I'm just going to go ahead and put a bunch of these big rocks all the way around the base. It's gonna make it really, really heavy. Like that one right here is extremely heavy. Okay, I'm up to about the top of this base of this other planter that I turned upside down to put in there. So I'm gonna call that good. And I still have a bunch of rock left over that I can put inside of the bottom blue rock right here. So, I mean the egg. I just have put the rock in the bottom. Now I'm going to, since my hole is on this side, this hole is going to go on this side. Then we're going to feed it through the bottom. And there is our first egg on. Now we're going to do the same thing with the purple egg. And now I'm going to try to feed it onto our rod right here. So this one. And now we're going to drill out the bottom of the pink. Gorilla Glue. As you can see, I took the Gorilla Glue and now I'm going to go in with hot glue just for a quicker secure. I'm going to put a good amount of hot glue right around the Gorilla Glue. Before this glue dries, where I think I want my egg, and press down. Strips of Gorilla Tape, and I'm going to just simply place it on the side here. Those out because now we are going to go ahead and work on designing the one that I finished yesterday. Change the camera angle. And let's take this greenery and I'm just going to put it in the bottom here. Okay, and there we go. There's our little green base. So I'm kind of fluff that out. And then I'm going to take some Easter eggs and set down there. So give me 1 minute. Okay, and then you're going to pick what side you want to be your front. I don't really care what way this is facing. And then I'm going to take some pastel eggs. I have some of the big ones and some of the smaller ones. And I'm just going to randomly glue. First I'm going to set out and see if I like them. Just going to put these in a little pattern around here. Good amount of glue. I don't know if you can see that. A very good amount of glue on these eggs to try to get them to stick in there. Okay, my husband actually picked these up at Michael's the other day when they were they were $1.99. They were on sale. So I'm going to pull some of these apart, slide up the greenery, and just shove them down in the empty spots here. So give me a few minutes and I'll get some cut. Okay, so I got some of these little flowers torn apart and ready to go in. Just gonna poke them down through for right now. Sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm just kind of filling in. It's gonna be like egg flour. Okay. I think I like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue. I think I like it better with the green in the front, the little leaf. I'm gluing every couple to the egg just so they don't come off of there, so the wind doesn't take them out. But this is the bottom. That's what our egg is looking like so far. And then I went and bought this garland that already had Easter eggs and other different little flowers on. I'm just going to cut them down to size and kind of fill in right here between where the eggs attach to it. So just with a pair of scissors, I'm just going to cut one apart and loop it around. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on that. Okay. Same thing with the... Same thing. We're going to go ahead and wrap some right here. Okay, and then I just put one of these butterflies on this purple one to see if I like that. It's kind of cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with the top of the egg. I don't want to put ribbon up there because I don't have ribbon anywhere else. So I know I don't want a bow. So I'm just kind of placing these little brown butterflies. Maybe I'll put a couple butterflies on that one and just call it good. topiary that we just put together. Anyways, guys, that will do it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye.